Deportiva y con swing.
Deportiva y con swing.
La factoría del deporte desde New York para ti. Es una
Es una máquina
pensada para ti.
pensada para ti. Número uno en las redes, dale like y compartir.
Con informaciones importantes siempre frescas.
Y con entrevistas que te ponen de cabeza.
Lo mejor del deporte lo encontrarás aquí.
Búscale en las redes, dale like y compartir.
Suscríbete,
Ay sí,
infórmate.
ok. Dale a la campana para que te llegue.
Ian, Snit said when he told you you were not going to the six, you said, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" Did you really think you were going to go out in the six, and how bad did you want it?
Yeah, no, obviously you want the chance to compete, and especially on the biggest stage like this is. But yeah, I knew he wasn't going to budge. It's hard to. You got guys like Matzik and Minter and Luke and Will at the back end coming in. It's you can't blame him for going to those guys. Those guys, time in and time out, get it done. So, and they did it again tonight.
Mark, on your
Ian,
right.
did you know going after that fifth inning, knowing that their top of their lineup was coming up again, that Snit was going to say that?
No, I thought that, I don't know, you always, you get that adrenaline after getting the last out of the inning, and I felt good, and, you feel good about it coming off the field. Once you sit there for a little bit, maybe reality starts kicking a little bit more, but, I thought there was a chance that I could stay in, but, I think when you have a chance to get to those guys at the back end, you can't hesitate.
Gabe in the third row, then Dave.
Yeah, Ian, everyone's always raving about your maturity. Luke Jackson said you're like a 65-year-old. I mean, where does that come from?
I don't. I guess you could say my parents. I don't know. I guess they kind of raised me and my three brothers that way. I feel like we're all kind of old souls, and just kind of take things in stride, and just kind of go with the flow, pretty easy going, and I think that helps kind of slow everything down.
Dave in the fourth row.
Ian, what else can you attribute your rather stunning success in two postseasons now, 8, 9 starts, whatever it is, the low ones, ERA? How have you been able to take your game kind of to that level on a consistent basis in the postseason?
Yeah, I think you got to look to my right here. He's caught every single one of my postseason outings, so we've had a good game plan going in, and I think for the most part we've been able to execute. I think the biggest thing tonight, why we had some success, was just we never really gave in. There were definitely some counts that were in their favor, and I think we just kept making pitches. He stuck with some of the pitches that I was spiking up there or didn't quite have a feel for, and we were able to make some big time pitches when it mattered.
Charles in second row, then Mark.
Knowing that this team plans to have back-to-back bullpen games in the next two games of this series, did that put any extra pressure on you to go deep into this game? And then can you comment on how you feel this team is equipped to handle back-to-back bullpen games?
Yeah, I think it's definitely something. Me and Max kind of talked about it when Charlie went down. It's you want to get out there and give the team innings. I think that your mindset changes a little bit. Obviously, losing game 2, we wanted the focus to be on putting zeros up, and however many innings that was for, that was kind of what I was thinking. But yeah, I think the bullpen, I think the way that our offense is, they're not going to stay down for too long, and so I think we're in a good spot going into games 4 and 5.
Mark on the right.
It's for both of you. Ian, it's not very often that a starting pitcher goes back in the dugout to watch this bullpen try to finish up a no-hitter. What was your reaction when the hit fell? And then for Travis, it's a 1-0 game and tying runs now on base. Do you have to sort of just deal with okay, we don't really care about the no-hitter, we have to get through this inning? Is there any sort of cross thoughts in your head about the disappointment of the no-hitter being gone and yet being where the game was?
Yeah, I think you kind of nailed it. I think being such a close game in the postseason, you switch immediately to how can we keep that guy where he is and get out of the inning. So I always love going out and watching those guys do their thing, and especially in the postseason.
Tyler in the far back on the right.
Oh, he had a two-part. Sorry.
I apologize.
The goal of every game is to get a win. I think a no-hitter would have been a bonus, but when they got that hit, that wasn't our goal when the game started. It was just to go out there, execute pitches, get outs, and with a win, and that's ultimately what we did.
Tyler in the back.
Ian, when was the last time you did pitch a no-hitter?
I think it was in Double-A. I think I think I had 7 no-hit innings, and then, one of my good buddies at the time, Jeremy Walker, came in and finished it off. So I want to say it was against Jackson. Yeah, Jackson maybe, the Diamondbacks.
Have you pitched a complete game no-hitter, maybe high school or anywhere? Or?
No, I don't think I ever have.
Really?
I do not think I ever have. So
We'll go to Joel and then
I
Jason.
have.
You have, really?
there you go.
I pitched 4 innings, and my buddy pitched the rest of the 3 innings.
High school?
High school.
There you go.
Yeah.
Joel on your right, guys.
Ian, you're handling this remarkably well. I'm just wondering, is there no part of you that is, I had 5 no-hit innings in a World Series game. It would have been nice to see how far I could go with that.
Yeah, there is. I think I'm still kind of processing a little bit. Because when you're in the moment, you're just focused on getting outs and, getting 3 outs, heading back in the dugout, coming back out, getting 3 more outs. So, I think I'll look back on it tomorrow maybe or whenever the time may be. But, we still have some work to do. So I think that's kind of where the focus heads.
Right corner.
Me? Oh, yeah. Travis, a bit of a roller coaster day for you maybe. A couple of at-bats with guys left on base, and then the double early, the home run late. And then the throwing error, just a lot of action, I guess, for you. Can you kind of walk us through the emotions of the day as well as almost catching a no-hitter in the World Series?
Well, I woke up and got donuts with my family. So I was feeling pretty good from when I woke up. And I just try to stay calm the whole day until the game starts. There's a lot of pressure that could come just thinking that you're in a World Series game. So, I just try to stay calm and take it pitch by pitch. If I get a hit, cool. If I get it out, whatever. It's more about catching a winner.
And just the home run in the 8th, how big was that?
That's huge,
yeah.
to be up 2-0 instead of 1-0 going into the 9th against that team. I mean, they won their division. They have an explosive offense. Like Riley said, in one swing in the bat, they could put up 2, 3, 4 runs. So it was huge to have that extra insurance run.
Scott on the right.
Travis, you bounced around a fair amount in your career. Do you feel like you found a home in Atlanta? And then secondly, what kind of donuts do you get this morning, and what kind's your favorite?
Yes, I love the city. They've treated my family and me very well. I'm so thankful that I even had an opportunity to come here with Alex. So yes, I love it here. And we got 15 donuts. We got a bunch of chocolate bars, chocolate twists, cinnamon rolls, apple fritter, a lot of donut holes. Yeah, it was good too. It was good.
Go to Steve in the second row.
So, Ian, they call you the 65-year-old, so mature beyond your years. So with that in mind, and the fact that the result is what you wanted, was it the right move to remove you from the game when it happened?
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think, kind of the way the playoffs have been played and managed, I think, you can't fault Snit for making that move. Like I said, those guys post every time, so you got to have the utmost trust in them, and ultimately those are the guys that are gonna get this thing done. So
You would have made the same move then.
yeah, probably, and maybe I will manage one day, but it's something to think about.
Okay, James on your left.
So, Travis, I was going to ask you about the donuts, but so what I already did.
Oh, okay.
Are you using Jock Peterson's bat, and is that like good luck charm? Did you use that same bat with the homer in Houston?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
is it a good luck charm, I guess, or why are you using that bat?
I'm going to keep using it.
Okay.
That's for sure. I picked it up. I said, Jock, this feels pretty good. And he said, it's yours, big guy. I said, all right, I'm going to use it. And so, yeah, I'm going to keep using it.
And just further removed from the thumb injury, do you feel stronger as more time goes on, like at the plate? Do you feel that?
Oh, you mean with the injury I had earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah. As time's been going on, I feel stronger.
We'll stay on your left, guys.
With so much, this is for you, Travis, with so much talk about how often the bullpen is being used, how does that impact how you game plan, just knowing how often the relievers are going to be called upon?
Well, it's not just me doing the game planning. We have a team of guys in there, Sal, Eddie, Adam. There's a lot of us that come in there and come up with situations that could possibly come up with the game. Like if Minter has to face a certain string of 3 guys, 4 guys, we talk about that. Or if Jax comes in and faces those 3, 4 guys, like we go through different game plans and different situations depending on what time of the game it is. You know, there's a lot of different factors, but we try to go over everything, and so when it happens in the game, like we've all already prepped for it.
We'll do three more, far back on your right.
Ian, could you recount the entire exchange you had with your manager there, from maybe starting with the moment that you saw him coming your way?
Yeah, I mean, we're very fortunate to have him, and the way he treats us is phenomenal. I mean, he'll shake your hand after every outing, good or bad, and that goes a long way. So, you always look for it, but he walked down and said that's it. Heck of a job, and you feel a little bit of I have more to give, but it's something that you understand and move forward. So.
Far back on your left, Ryan.
Ian, is the Astros Dusty called you effectively wild today, and Bregman said it was hard to kind of get a bead when you're working in and out of the zone. Is it a different feeling pitching when you're in a game like that than maybe if you're just throwing strike after strike? Is it a different approach when you're on the mound? Yeah, definitely. I think that effectively wild is a pretty good term. It's definitely a little amped up there at the beginning, and I think that's kind of what happens when you try to make quality pitches, every pitch, not just give in or lay the ball in there, and they have a good offense, so it's kind of something where we kind of went into the game thinking we're going to make pitchers pitches and see how far that gets us. But yeah, I think moving the ball around, changing speeds, getting some curveballs in there was big. So it was partially part of the game plan going in.
A little bit further back on your right, Emma.
This was only the third time all year that the Astros were shut out on 2 or fewer hits. Travis, from behind the plate, was there anything in particular you saw that was able to keep them off balance all night from the pitching staff?
Yeah, my pitching staff is full of studs. They were just out there executing pitches, and we stuck with our game plan, and we were successful with that.
And we'll finish up with Barry. We'll get a microphone up front.
Hey guys, Travis, I remember you well in the 2015 World Series. You had a hell of a pitching staff there. Now it's 6 years later, you're back. What do you take out of that? And is there anything similar? Or you're also off to a much better start offensively than you had in that series.
I don't like comparing teams. Both staffs were great. Both starters were great. Both bullpens were great. From what I learned in 2015 is that it's still baseball. Don't let the lights get too bright. Just go out there and play your game and do what you've been doing all year with the focus of just try to win the series. Can't really control more than that, and that's what I learned.
Is it more fun to be back here a second time?
Oh, any time in playoffs is fun, especially in the World Series. I'm just thankful that I had an opportunity to come back.
Opni el Batista en la máquina deportiva.com.